Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, reviews. And today I'm reviewing Abbott Elementary Season 2, Episode 18. It's entitled Teacher Appreciation, coming to you from ABC, streaming on Hulu. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. It's Teacher Appreciation Day, or week at Abbott Elementary. And as usual, it's time for the district's lack of appreciation to really show. Or is it? In addition to all of the nice little gifts and cards and all that fun stuff that the teachers get, Ava somehow manages to win a lottery in the district to get two tickets to the 76ers game that evening. And as you can imagine, that causes some shenanigans amongst the staff of, like 100 people, because they got to figure out a way to figure out who's going to get the tickets. And that leads to one of two major roasting sessions that go on in this episode. It's pretty clear to me, I think, that the writers on this show are ruthless with each other in the writer's room. Because they get some absolutely like hardcore zingers on the record for not only the teachers going at each other trying to, because they got a vote and they're basically campaigning against each other and end up saying some pretty hard stuff with each other. Barbara in particular calling out Melissa for saying yous instead of you all or anything like that. Mr. Morton calling Gregory haircut and Gregory getting up like he's about to do something. There's just like it was such funny but so rough talk. And the other roasting session, of course, is probably one of the best cold opens I've ever seen in a comedy, like at all. With Gregory coming in with the new hat and getting absolutely like shredded to pieces by every single person in the break room. Even Janine, who calls his hat, he says his hat Indiana Jones and the Temple of Bad Hats. Just absolutely hilarious. And just cutting. Like I said, the writers are clearly, when you come to the writer's room, you better come correct, because otherwise it's just they're going to go hard on you. That all being said, it does lead to a pretty, cutthroat competition with Mr. Johnson coming out on top, even though he's not a teacher, but he comes out on top because, more people apparently like him or want him to win rather than any of the other teachers to win. And it's fun. Mr. Johnson he's a treasure in this show. He's hilarious. He looked better in the hat than Gregory did. I mean, the guy just knows he's cool. He styles, man. He gets up there and he really knows how to make an impression. And I love every scene he's in. He makes every scene better. In addition to that, Janine's sister is in town, and she's coming to stay with Janine while she's in town. And this is the more serious part of the show, I guess you could say, where we get to see more about Janine and her sister, who we've sort of been hearing about here and there. And you know what? Janine's sister seems pretty cool, actually, and also seems to be a bit of a dork, maybe, too. She and Janine definitely fell from the same tree. But there's a friction between the two of them regarding their mom and, their mom. I'm curious to see who she plays her and see her in the show, because she must be a piece of work. And these two young ladies are sort of at odds with each other. Mainly, Janine for resenting the fact that she stuck around to kind of be around her mom, and, her sister being more bothered by, trying to live up to the, I guess you would say, the Janine's a perfect good girl mystique, and that she just couldn't do it. And it was, they had hard words for each other, but it was nice to see that there was at least a start of a resolution towards the end of the episode. And also, the whole little game night set up that little confrontation was beautifully done. Jacob, he was featured last episode. This episode, as kind of a side or background character, he really gets to shine as just being like doing the most, in all these situations. In their board game situation, just bringing the most esoteric weirdo board game and being totally into it. And, Gregory, just kind of playing along but not really understanding. He also gets some of the funniest lines because in an earlier scene where Janine's like, she calls the game night BYOBG, as in bring your own board game. But Gregory and Jacob are trying to figure out what BG stands for. And Jacob says with a straight face, bring your own Black Gregory. And the look on Gregory's face when that's said, it's just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And we also, get a resolution with the teachers all sort of roasting each other. They kind of come together. Oh, and of course I'm missing something. Erica, Janine's friend, being super messy, trying to get all the info about the teachers conference from Gregory. That was a good bit. But at the end, of course, they always kind of got to bring it back around to a nice, a sweet, even keeled, balanced, resolution. Even if all of the issues aren't resolved, but they can come back to a place where they're all colleagues that respect each other. And I did like to see them all apologize for the kind of the mean things they said and acknowledge that they should have stuck together as a team rather than, descend into the wolves. I think that's a subtle bit of political talk, I'd like to say, that maybe some people missed in the whole feel good of it. But the fact that the teachers, they're in a union, they should be sticking together when they are confronted by, these little trinkets or whatever that the district's throwing at them. And maybe they learned their lesson here. And last but not least, we get finally one of those threads we've been sort of following in the background for a while. Legendary charters. It basically makes their play to try to turn Abbott into a legendary charter. And it's on, right? It's Ava's ready to go to war. Now the teachers are going to have to get ready to go to war. And why, I just say another great episode. Like I feel like I'm on a on a loop here saying another great episode, but literally not one episode of Abbott Elementary has ever missed. There has not been one bad episode of this show. This one was stellar. So much stuff to laugh at. A lot of hilarious jokes. A lot of heartfelt. There's heartfelt moments. There's good emotion and everything. Like they don't not be funny. At any time. Just to make make the point of that there's some emotional stakes going on. They don't do that on purpose. When it's appropriate to be, to dial it back, they do. But most of the time, they're just trying to get big belly laughs out of you, and they succeed. So I love this episode. I'm so excited for episode 19 because this whole thing with Legendary Charters is going down. I cannot wait. So anyway, what did you guys think about this episode? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And, of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or @supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see these videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be talking about episode 19 of Abbott Elementary. Until then, I've been Mo the Poupée, resident fabricator and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.